Hey, what's up? This is another episode of ROSCO Monterey talks about sneakers. Today, I'm talking about the shoes I'm wearing right now. My Adidas Campus 80, the fourness thing. I'm driving right now, but I'll show you guys the sneakers later, but this is a really cool pair. A lot of Adidas collectors may not recognize these kind. I sometimes talk about these Adidas because I collect all kinds of sneakers, not just classics, but collaborations, random everything. I literally collect like all styles. So a lot of Adidas collectors may not recognize this as a collectible shoe, but it is one of my favorites for my collection. I got it off the site, adidas.com, maybe in 2016. And I think if I remember correctly, they were $150. Pretty high price for Adidas Campus 80s. And by the way, we're going to talk about how the new Campus this year, 2017, they just call it Campus, but it has a lot of the elements of the 80s, and they don't fit exactly like that. Whoa, pretty lit car just drove by. I'm going to try to film it. But anyway, so what I'm talking about now is my Adidas Campus 80s, the fourness. And I'll show the shoe in a moment. Maybe I'll cut in flash of the shoe. Yeah, why do I love it so? Hard to say. I can't even really say why I love this shoe so much. It's cool how all the different panels are different colors, and each of them represents a month. That's why they're in like a month and like a sign. And I think the colors of the shoe, each color represents like a stone that it's a stone that represents a month or like your astrological sign or whatevs. But that's cool. If you're like, it's cool, it's a cool thing, but that's not even why I like these. I don't personally, things like that are cool stories, but that's not why I will rock a shoe or not rock a shoe. I'll just rock a shoe if I like the way it looks, if I like the way it feels, and just like if it just feels good wearing it. But I know a lot of people are into these stories, and this shoe is definitely one of the shoes with a lot of story. It's Nabuck leather. Normally the Campus 80s are, I think, just suede, but this is Nabuck and has some really cool colors. Even though, yeah, I can't even say like this color, like some of the colors I like better, others like not, but I can't even say that is why I like the shoe. I just like it, just the way it came together, just the way it feels. It's definitely one of the nicest feeling shoes I have, one of the nicest looking for some reason, just the way it came out. For me, for my taste, everyone has a different taste. And like I said, it may not be a classic collector shoe for Adidas collectors or whatever, but I think a lot of y'all Adidas collectors who collect classics, which by the way, I totally count myself among y'all who collect City Series, 1970s, 1980s. That's a whole thing. I have a whole bunch of that, and we're going to talk about that in some other episodes too. But this is about, especially in 2016, I think. No, not even. A lot of collabs that came out for Adidas came out in a really classic, cool way, and I have a couple of those. Similar to this, what I might compare it to, as I talked about in the other episode, is the Adidas Neighborhood Tournament. It was just like that. I got it off the site, $150. They collaborated with another brand. I also have, I think, Mark McNary Adidas something. I'll have to look what it's called again. Again, you know, I'm not like the most classic sneakers collector. I'm just like emotional about it. Like I just talk my emotional feelings about the sneakers, and I wear my shoes. Much respect to all y'all who actually will display certain shoes and not wear them because they're so rare or whatever. My whole thing, I always wear them. I try to put minimal tread on them and stuff and flip them up every day. You know, a lot of shoes I'll only wear it like once a month or whatever. But so they look new for a long time and everything. But I also will not like throw a shoe away if it's not completely broken or whatever. Like I don't mind if it looks a little older and that, but I do try to keep them looking new. These are all right. I've probably worn them about 10 times, maybe more. I like these a lot. These are among my absolute favorites of my collection, and I rock them a lot because they just feel good. And they're also actually a lot of the time a shoe that like I really like will be too sensitive. I was talking the other day about the Adidas Spiritus Special, which I got really lucky. I got a really good pair. A lot of people complained that they weren't made well. Mine are made pretty well, but still they feel like they're going to fall apart if I rock them too much, you know what I mean? These do not have that. These are, well, a little bit. I always, you know, my favorite shoes, I'm like, I want to wear them, but I don't. But I do, because otherwise I don't feel the happiness. Like I'm walking around downtown LA today, just like, yep, I love these shoes, love the way it feels, love the way it walks, love the way it drives even. This is a really good driving shoe because it's kind of like easy to, yeah, it's actually a really good driving shoe too here in LA. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this shoe. I have seen a few episodes from some other sneakerheads about this. People did like this shoe a lot when it came out. I've only read good comments about it. Several people have talked to me on the street like, what is that? Like, that's a cool shoe. So it's definitely got, like, it's not the most craziest attention grabbing shoe ever, but it has that factor. Yeah, let me know what you think about this. Adidas Campus 80s, the fourness with the months and everything. By the way, the numbers on the back, 3 and 11. A lot of people are all, what does that mean, 3 and 11? It's the months. 11 is November, 3 is March. And that's the color of the stone it represents or whatever. There's a lot of theory on this shoe. This shoe actually has a very rich story and a lot of theory. I wear the shoes more than I'm into the story, but I know a lot of folks are, and I respect that deeply. So if you know the story, let me know in the comments. All right, let's talk a little bit about this. Campus 80s, in many of its incarnations, was definitely one of my favorite Adidas. I've had several, and some of them have been very good to me, and this one, by far my favorite. I love the Campus 80s anyways, but this one, the way it feels, the way it fits, the way it looks, definitely the best Campus 80s I've ever owned. It would be my dream to have this shoe feeling exactly like that, in royal blue with white stripes, classic Campus 80s, one of the most classic Adidas. That's what I want that too. If anyone knows about that, I've never really seen that, only sort of it's fabled or whatever. But now, Campus 80s, there was Campus 80s and then there was a lot of other campus things like Campus 2 and what. But this year Adidas came out with just calling their campus really modeled on the 80s. I tried a pair of those. I might flash that here in the pictures. And I can't, in one way it feels better and more comfy, in another way it doesn't have that robust Campus 80s feeling. I don't know if it went down in quality a bit or what, but I'm going to have to rock that more. Let me know what y'all think about the new just Adidas Campus that gets heavily into the 80s look, Campus 80s look, I mean, versus just Campus 80s. Are Adidas going to come out again with Campus 80s, or was that it because the regular campus is so borrowing from the 80s look now? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. I'll try to topic more later. All right, y'all. This is the shoe being in use, driving a car.